Hey, everybody, welcome back to the EQN Sports Desk. I'm Drew Stew, and these are the winners of the Lawley's 9.5 over 25. I don't want over 50. I mean, you young bucks.
At least 30 plus.
Yeah, 30. We'll do 30 plus. Is that good?
30
plus. The Lawley's 30 plus, rope.
Yeah.
And we got we can loan people stuff, and we can still qualify.
Yeah. You give a few of those years
We got
away.
a few to give back.
Yeah. Jeffrey, Ricky. I like it when my buddies come up here. I like it. You told me you were going to come see me yesterday when we were chatting.
I told you. We were just visiting a little bit.
Yes, we were.
I said, don't worry, I'll be there.
Yep.
It ain't over. I'm just getting going.
Yeah, that's it.
I knew I had all my good guys in front of me.
Yeah.
I got some great partners, and we're having a lot of fun.
You always have a good time, though, Jeff. That's the thing.
Just don't spread that story.
Hey, so after you and I talked, I called Isaac yesterday, and I'm like, I've got the guy to help you with this deal. And he's like, really, what's he like? I said, our people. Like, that's all. He's like, okay.
Yeah.
I said, he's fun, and he knows the deal.
There's no question he and I are going to click.
Oh, I'm excited. Zero
I'm
question.
Excited about it.
Zero question.
Yeah.
Ricky, you've got your name, like, etched in back here somewhere. Man.
It's been fun. I love coming to this table.
Hey, so what was it like? Tell me about after. How much did you guys win at the finale? How much did you win at the finale?
At $140,000 apiece.
A piece.
A piece. $280,000.
280 grand.
Yeah.
What's that like? Hey, no, like seriously, because you and I have talked about investing and stuff. Him and I've talked about investing and stuff too. How does that work when you have like a week and a half until year end?
Well, it's not good. I called my CPA and I told him about it, and he goes, "You shouldn't have done that."
We got
it was an accident.
Let me help with that. As being that guy in the room.
Yeah.
It looks a lot like ouch.
Yeah, is that what that looks like?
Yeah.
Ouch.
I'm waiting on that phone call. We got an extension.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting on the phone call.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah. Work this out, pal.
But you know what? It's a good problem, and I was blessed to do that, so I ain't going to worry about it.
Yeah. So this right here is a product of Mike Booth, is what it sounds like, huh?
Kinda. Yeah.
Kinda. You guys are both supposed to rope with Mike?
We both were. Yeah. And
Mike was very, very committed to this. He knew we had this.
Yeah.
It was not going to be an issue.
Yeah.
And
that's just like old Mike.
And he didn't show up, so.
And did he even tell you guys he wouldn't show up, or
no,
did he just?
Didn't. He's a freaking car
look at
dealer.
this.
He's a freaking car dealer.
Yeah. Yeah. He's
so
out.
no, he don't. He didn't tell us.
He didn't tell you nothing.
We got here and we decided we're roping together since both of us going to rope with Mike, and so hey, Mike, hope you're watching this.
Hey, Mike.
Mike, you get nothing, Bubba.
Zero.
Nothing.
I love it.
Love you, but
Yeah.
you're out.
Hey, so I want to talk to you guys really. I mean, these are my peeps. This is actually who I hang out with when we're not doing this kind of stuff. Let's talk about what we're doing in our lives right now. You guys have had great careers. Both of you have done some pretty cool stuff. Jeff, I want to start with you. Talk about, you and I talk a lot of sports.
We do.
Talk a little bit of money management, that kind of stuff. Give everybody just a glimpse into you 30 years ago.
Oh, man, 30 years ago, nobody really wants to know about me. That's not now. I was fortunate enough to meet a lady that got in my life and helped it go. Mm-hmm. And she jumped in and started raising my kids. Mm-hmm. And we had one of our own and started having a little bit of fun. And the boys were knee-deep in this sport. It was the best thing ever happened. Mm-hmm. Really. We raised kids around this. We raised kids around junior rodeo.
Yep.
We raised them in everything you could do to keep them from getting in harm's way.
Yeah.
And we did a little bit of real estate development. Obviously, I do a fair amount of financial planning, and we just made life fun and held little people accountable. And
that's awesome.
That was the definition of what our goal was.
Yeah.
Is to make good people.
Yeah.
And we got 3 pretty good people I'm pretty damn proud of.
Good for you, Jeff.
So that was our game.
Yeah. Pretty cool. How about you, Ricky B?
That's a tough story to follow there.
It's pretty good stuff right there.
30 years ago, I was running a hat company. It was my dream. I rodeoed for a living. As most people know, I retired in 1989 and had a great career rodeoing. I went into the hat business with Resistol and worked my way up from outlet store to, the president of the company. And we had some very successful years.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of that, and I retired in December of 24, and I'm just enjoying life.
You're having fun, aren't you?
I'm
buddy?
having fun. I didn't at first. It
That's
took me
gotta be
about 6
tough.
months.
Well,
It
how
takes a minute. What I do
Yeah.
for a living, it takes a minute for a guy that retires to get used to not having that mess right in your face every morning.
Yeah.
And so I have so many clients. That's one of the things I've tell them is like, hey, dude, just get through it.
Yeah.
Get some airtime. You do a good job fishing. I mean, you figured out something to just go for airspace.
I mean, it was tough. 6 months. It took me 6 months.
How many
to
years were you just at Resistol? Rick?
34.
34.
Yeah. And it took me 6 months to get over it. I'd wake up every morning thinking, oh, I should be doing something.
Got to put my hat on. Got to head to work.
And now I wear shorts and, we bought a lake house, and I decided last year it was time for me to go back to roping when I looked down at my feet and I had flip-flop suntans.
Oh, you did.
Might have been a good call, Ricky.
It's
You're
time
gonna
for me
ruin
to
your
go back
image
and be a
pretty
cowboy
quick.
again.
Yeah.
So, no, it's been fun. Coming to these roping events and the money that they pay now, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I said that in Vegas. It's like I never had the opportunity to nod my head on a bull or back in the box for that kind of money.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy what the Gentrys have done, all the people involved that have made
There's
this
a
thing go
long
over the
list
top.
of there's a long
It's
list
crazy.
of people that have made this.
Yeah.
And listen, your company Resistol is a big part of those people that made this thing work.
Well,
All these sponsors,
Absolutely.
all
I
these
hope we
guys
were.
that have
Yep.
come to the table and believed in the story.
Yep.
The guys that believed in the story
Yep.
changed this industry, in
Absolutely.
my opinion.
Well-
we took an industry and grew it up.
it was a privilege, to have that, to have people like out there in the arena roping. It's got our product on, wearing our patches. I mean, it's a privilege. It's not anything but that. It's people have choices, and when they wear our product, I appreciate that.
Yeah. Jeff, you've been fortunate. Ricky and I, this has been our whole world, kind of our whole life. You were kind of stepped out. Is there any industry out there, and I mean this sincerely, because we do talk about it, but we get done like Ricky doesn't just wear a cowboy hat to work, It's who we are. Like, this is what we do.
Right.
Well, I go home from a roping, and we rope the dummy with the boys, or we watch team.
Right.
Like, this is, from that meeting that we had years ago when we came up with We Live It Every Day, it's not cliche. It's a truth.
Lifestyle.
Is there any other sports that are like, is there any other lifestyles that are like this?
So I'm pretty involved in a lot of different industries and a lot of different sports, and really enjoy it. Like, I love athletes.
Yeah.
Because athletes have goals, and I believe nobody can succeed in the world without goals.
Yeah.
That's that's one of my core beliefs, and so we try to instill that in our kids.
Yeah.
The easiest answer I can give you is the name of my financial planning company is Denim and Diamonds, because I show up to meetings where people get slightly offended because I'm in boots and jeans. And I say, if you think I'm going to be smarter because I paid $100 for something to choke myself with, I'm not your guy. I am not the guy you need. I am not. I got out of suit and tie 20 years ago. And the diamonds were the ladies that worked for me for 30 plus years that were the all-stars that did all the work. And so I was denim, they were diamonds. The name of the company is very intentional because I believe that is the core of the universe, is people that really go all the way back to the dirt. I mean, it just sounds like a cliche, but I just think that's the most important thing in the world.
And I 100% agree with you. Like, my theory on life is you never forget who got you where you were. And it's kind of like denim and diamonds. It's like people that introduced me to the Western world after I got through rodeoing, I never forgot who they were. Right. And I will never forget who they are, because they gave me the opportunity to walk through a door.
Yeah.
And I was lucky enough to be smart enough to walk through the door.
Yeah.
And that's
And
what
keep
you're
listening,
doing.
and keep listening.
Yeah, and that's what you're doing.
That's right.
I mean, you're giving people information to invest their money, and it's up to them where they want to walk through the door. If they don't walk through the door, you can't help them.
All you can do.
Yeah.
We got a cliche, right? You can lead a horse to water.
Yep.
Right?
100%.
Exactly. Yeah.
Except for that some bitch to drink.
Yep. That's it.
the way it is.
100%.
Yeah.
We're lucky, but you know that. So Ricky, I told you about Isaac. I can make it public now. He's going to Michigan State, and I walked around and found him because the money, what this NIL deal doing is
Yeah,
crazy.
Exactly.
And we need guys.
It's gonna change his life.
And I need him to talk to Isaac.
Well,
And
that's the
I'm
thing.
glad this happened because I'm going to send this video to Isaac and be like, "This is our this," and he's
Well,
going to be like, "Ah, my guy."
I know that guy now.
Now I know the guy.
But that's the thing. I mean, that's the thing about this industry, the team roping industry, the rodeo industry, our Western world industry. It's who you meet.
Yeah.
It's who you meet and who you make friends with.
Yep.
And like Isaac, you know, he'll be able to talk to this gentleman right here
Yep.
and take that money and invest it for him.
Yep.
And there's so many athletes like that, you know, we hear
They're broke next year.
they're broke.
Oh, my gosh.
And it's
and
crazy.
has more money than anybody
Exactly.
for a minute.
I
Yeah.
got a good friend that's a pro basketball player, and he's a really intelligent kid. And I don't want to disclose a lot of things about him, but great boy. Think the world of him. And he went to school to study finance and came out with his master's because he recognized how these athletes get hosed left and right.
Yeah.
And so he came to me and he goes, just give me a few tidbits because I'm still playing. He's still a very active player. He's like, just give me a few tidbits so I can help my buddies until I can go full on in.
Yeah.
And so that's what these athletes need at this sport, at every sport I've ever seen. These athletes need people they can trust. And this young man, I happen to think the world of, and he's going to change pro basketball outcomes, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Not on the court.
Not
Yeah.
on the court.
Not on
He's
the court.
gonna change those
He's
long-term
gonna
lives.
He's going
Yep.
to change what happens
Yep.
to young men who need somebody who cares about them personally.
Yeah.
That's
And
what's-
really care.
Really cares.
Yeah.
Really cares.
Hey,
not a bunch of fake bullshit.
I mean, this deal right now, guys, we got a dose of it in a week, in this last week. We never had, I talked to Coach Baxter about it, and there, Isaac was making a little bit team minimum at Tech, and it was great. We were tickled to death.
Sure.
You're getting to play football, and it didn't cost us a dime.
You're not writing checks. That's
It-
not a bad spot.
It cost us 2 tanks of fuel a weekend to drive to Lubbock. That's what it would cost us.
Yeah.
And we had a hell of a time. And so thankful to Texas Tech.
Yeah.
He got his degree there. We love Lubbock. I mean, it's Lubbock,
Hard.
Texas.
It's hard not to.
It's hard not to. And then this thing changes in a week, and it's like, I needed to talk to you as much as he did, just because, just be like, what do we do? Like, how do you handle this stuff, And those kids and these kids out here, we've got kids out here this week that have already won $60,000, and they're 16.
Right.
What would you do with $60,000 when you're 16 years old, guys?
I'm sure their dad's going to probably invest that. For them.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I can say that I believe there are 6 kids in our sport that are not out of college yet that are clients of mine because this sport has given them a gift.
Yeah.
And their parents went, do the right thing.
Yeah.
And
Look at what Ketch has done.
parents
Look at what
have
Ketch
to
has
lead.
done. Owns
Yeah.
a place. It's
cool. It's
19 year
unbelievable.
paid off place. Has
Yeah.
won a few $100,000 in a couple years. 19 years old.
You know what's weird is we were sitting at the Cowboy Channel bar together last night, and we were talking.
You two were?
And we were
Might not been a coincidence.
till midnight. But we were sitting there talking about this same stuff,
Really?
about these kids and different sports and investing money and
Yeah.
all that stuff. And it's not, unfortunately, it's not normal for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But those who win and take their money and invest it and stuff, it's a great deal.
Yeah.
And have the
Well-
opportunity to do that.
Yeah. Well, I'm thankful to people like you, and I mean, Ricky knows my whole story better than I like it.
I'm aware of a lot of that.
I know you
Again,
are.
we were there till midnight
know.
last night.
I know. Ricky, I have $2 in my pocket. I don't know what I'm going to do. And,
I know another little buddy of yours too very well.
Who's that?
Ty Daniel Hell.
Oh boy!
But also Drew.
Isn't it amazing how the idiots run together?
Right? Hey, and here we all are
I
again.
know, all together.
Drew found out pretty quickly that you cannot iron a polyester sport coat.
Did you make him pay for the iron?
No.
Oh, he made me pay for it.
But he came to the
It was at the booth at Market, wasn't it?
Yeah, he came to the booth
my
at Market, and he
gosh.
has a little iron, like, not a little, I'm sorry, a big one.
like you can,
like an iron mark.
on, the,
right here.
on my lapels.
So
You
Drew-
can see like the holes, in the iron, where the steam comes out.
Right.
It was like, and it's shiny, and I'm like, they won't notice.
Nobody will see it.
I know more than walk in the booth, and Ricky's like, "Did you try to iron that jacket?" And I'm like, "No."
Why do you say that?
My wife did.
We've been traveling. Stuff's all wrinkled up. Oh, I mean, he gave me shit about that for still. I don't know
Right,
how
here we
it-
are
That was like
again.
10
That was
years
20
ago.
years ago.
Yeah, it might have been 15 years ago. God dang it. Did you iron that jacket? Yeah. So anyway, don't iron your polyester jackets. That's what I learned from
Rules
Ricky
to
Bolden.
live by.
Rules, yeah. That's all I've learned from Ricky Bolden. That's it.
Golly.
Oh, it's good.
How much fun.
It is so much fun. Well, guys, congratulations to you. We haven't even watched your runs yet. Should we get back? Should we watch your runs?
Let's watch a run.
Let's
or
watch
two.
your runs. All right, let's go ahead and watch them. What's our head horse right here, Superman?
That's a little old guy we call Rusty. He's been a family staple for a long time. And what he really likes is to be challenged and think he's going to get replaced. And then he steps up and does a new deal.
So he kind of makes you mad, and then he makes you mad, and then he works.
Hey, I brought a paint horse home at Christmas 2016, right after I got over throat cancer. I went and bought a paint horse because he was loafing a little bit.
Yeah.
And he became an entirely new horse.
He said, not taking my job.
Probably since that day, I've won well north of $500,000 on that
Really?
horse.
That's awesome. That's so awesome.
And he got a little lazy last year, and I didn't ride him much. And then I sold one of my partners the paint horse, and I had to start bringing him out on the setups like this.
Yeah.
And he said, "Yeah, we're not changing anything." He said, "I want to be here again."
That's awesome. Ricky, how'd old Dunny feel today?
You know what? He feels the same every time.
Yeah.
He's 19 now.
I was just going to ask you how old he was.
I've had him since he was 2.
Yeah.
Kerry Alcorn, a good friend of ours, course trained him.
Yeah.
Come from a gentleman by the name of R.A. Hall. And I, too, have probably, between myself and Dustin Noblet and a couple of other people, we probably won over $500,000.
I guarantee that horse has won a half. I guarantee that horse has won
Yeah.
that.
If you put it all together, like, what the team won, he's closer to $1 million.
Yeah.
Oh, easy,
But what
yeah.
that
I've
horse has
won,
won
what
so
you
much.
was, yeah.
Stuff on him, our half of it is, probably close to $500,000. But yeah, he's that horse that, like, I want to quit riding him so much, but there's nothing to replace him
help
yet.
it.
Yeah.
The problem is when you take a horse like that, Ricky, and you put him on the sidelines, they pout.
Yeah.
They pout. They
Yeah.
like to do. I mean, let me put you on the sidelines, Ricky. You're over 26, and so you don't want to be on the sidelines. You want to keep playing.
Yeah.
They think
Yeah,
the
it's-
same way. These good ones think the same way.
Oh yeah, he's a good one. I wouldn't take for him. I've got a place for him. If he goes before me, I've got a place for him on my
Right
place.
out. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He's a good one.
Ricky, I'm not going to pick on your heeling, but you got lucky as shit on that one right there.
Yeah, I did. You know what? The thing about my rodeo
I like to enter with lucky people.
Right. Hey, that luck out does that skill.
The thing
all the
about my
time.
rodeo career is I got to rodeo around so many cool people, and Jim Shoulders was one of my heroes, and I rodeo with his son Marvin. And Jim always told me, he said, "Son," he said, "you take a cup full of luck to a bucket full of skill any day." And there it is.
There it is.
Absolutely.
I love it. That's a
fact.
good one right
Yep,
there.
Yep, that's a fact.
As a matter of fact, I had some T-shirts made that said, "I'll take a cup full of luck to a bucket full of skill any day."
I
That's
love it.
awesome.
We're gonna have to recycle that.
Yeah.
Hey guys, you made a great. You were second high team back, and I think boys, I think you had like 9 seconds, and you guys were mid-7 right here. This was a great run. How'd this one feel?
You know, I had a lot of confidence because Ricky does a great job of keeping a haze, and that's my nemesis. If that son of a gun goes the other way on me, I'm going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
And I knew Ricky knew that, and so he covered for me, and he made sure he stayed straight out there.
Yeah.
And old Roney did what old Roney's supposed to do.
Yeah.
And, we really, I don't know how you felt, but I sure felt backing in there.
Yeah, I felt great. I mean, just know that I get to throw my rope.
Yeah.
I mean, Jeff doesn't miss.
Yeah.
And just to know I get to throw my rope.
I need you to say that to Brock Middleton.
But the thing about it is
he doesn't miss unless it's for Brock.
Right.
Well, the thing about
Brock's
it is,
taking it personal. Right?
When you're in that situation and you got 9 seconds to work with, to me, that screws me up worse. I mean, I'm going to throw my rope. Most of the time, I want to throw my rope as soon as I feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Whether it's 9 seconds or 10 seconds or 6 seconds or whatever.
Yeah.
But if I get to thinking too much and trying to track up and catch, we all know.
Errors come.
Yeah, errors come.
The hardest thing to do is when somebody says all you got to do is catch.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that. Tell me you got to be 5 flat.
Yeah,
I'm getting right out of the arena on that one.
Yeah.
Because
I don't pay any attention to you announcers.
I have a really,
don't listen to us.
I have a really cool wife who used to heel, and all I had to do was catch a steer for her to win her first buckle. And we back in the box, and she's like, all we got to do is catch. I'm like, baby, don't even worry about it. Not a problem. Guess what never happened?
Yeah. I got the same story. I told it up here. I can't remember when. I've never won anything with my dad. Never. And when I go back to Montana here a handful of years ago, and I was home for a few days, and he's like, hey, come over the hill with us. We drive over the hill, go to a jackpot, and I win the first pot.
Now in Montana, that was only 240 miles
away.
Yeah,
to the mailbox, closest roping 6 hours away, and that's a close one.
Right, that's a neighbor.
That's a neighbor.
Right.
So we drive over, I win the first roping, and I come back high call with my dad in the second roping, and I'm like, got it. And I come around the corner, rope 2 feet, stick my arm through the coils, sucks around my hand, jerks me up over the saddle horns behind me, and I about fall off, takes my glove off, lose my rope, and my dad's just like, you know exactly what he said that I can't say on here.
Might know.
Yeah, you know exactly. And I'm like, gosh, dang it. Now I know what the pressure is like. I've never won anything, and it's never been my dad's fault. It's always my fault.
Right.
Every time. Dang it.
Well, that's the way you grew up. It was always that way.
Oh, yeah. It still hasn't changed. It has not changed, at all. Hey, so my dad was a dirt work guy, right? And I bought a little mini excavator to clean up around the place, and I plumb buried it the second day I've had it. I've never buried a piece of equipment before in my life, and I sent that picture to my dad.
Bury a mini?
Buried. Trust me, if you have one, I will show you.
I used to have one.
I
had a son that I thought could probably bury it, so I got rid of it.
Yeah. No, I plumb buried it, and I was just waiting for my dad to jump out from behind a tree, call me a dumb SOB. I sent him the picture, and he's like, "Oh yeah, good job,
right?
Choice
attaboy,
words, attaboy." Yeah, shoot. Well, guys, congratulations so much.
Thank you, man.
Ricky,
Appreciate
thanks
it.
for
Thank
being
you, sir.
here, pal.
Thank you.
What a great week.
Thank you.
What a great week.
I love this. Thanks, pal.
Love you.
You too, buddy. You know that. Ricky
Thank
B,
you, man.
brother from another
I
mother,
love
man.
this table.
I know you do. Well, everybody, these are the champions right here of our Lawley's 9.5 Legends over 27.
Over 27.
11, just barely over 27.
Earlier. Yeah, we just got older sitting.
Yeah, you did. They're going home with $25,950 and a whole lot of other stuff. And these are my friends right here, and I'm awful proud of both of them. Great job, guys. Folks, we've got the 8.5 going on right here, the shootout, and we will be back with the winners of that one here in a few hours. I'm Drew Stew on behalf of EQN Sports and the Cinch National Finals of Team Rope, and we'll catch you in a little bit.